Hello, welcome to this session on how to get consistent results from AI without being a techie. And just for a key insight, I want this session to be interactive, and hopefully you have a laptop with you where you can do the exercises. We have I have some activity planned so that you guys can look into it and do it as we go. Before going into all of that, where are you joining from? Which country? Is it in Australia or is it in some other country around the world?
I'm joining from Qatar, Doha.
Qatar, Doha. Wow.
Yep.
It must be pretty early for you.
Thank you so much for the session.
Yeah. Thank you. Create an intention of what you want to achieve from AI, a very small intention that you're looking to get thing out of this session. So some of the intention could be, intention is mainly from a goal perspective, like what you want AI to do it. So some of them might be, I want to write one marketing copy using my voice with AI, or it could be one, one document. I want to create one blog post with AI. So anything of those sorts, you can kind of write in your notepad or laptop, wherever, because you can use that objective for AI for your for the today's session, and that's what we are trying to do. Yeah. Thanks, Riley, for that question. How to prevent AI hallucinating? I'll come to that. But just as people are joining in. Hey, Sam will just join. Just add on. And Brian joined. So just add on an intention as to what kind of automation you are looking for to do with AI, and it could be very simple things, right? It could be creating a marketing copy, creating a blog post, creating a document for your business, or anything of those lines. Whatever you think that you want to do, just have that in the first, I'll give you 30 seconds, and as people come in, you can think about it and write it in the chat if you want, and so that other people can see what you are planning to work on today's session. And just reset, this will be an interactive session, so just keep on putting in the chat, or come off mute and talk about it, so that we can have more, the more you discuss, more we can get value out of it. So be active on that one. Yeah, thanks. And a little bit about myself. My name is Dishit Devasia, and I am a software engineer with more than 20 years of experience, and I've built automations for enterprise organizations like JP Morgan Chase, Barclays, NAB in Australia, and so on. So I got a depth of experience on the software engineering side, and now I'm building AI, some of the AI tools that help small businesses. So some of the tools that I already built, I'll just show that so that it's so you have this kind of an appointment agent. You submit a inquiry, and and then the agent calls back, and you can kind of book an appointment using those kind of things. So this is how people can put in the inquiry, and then you book a calendar slot so that business can work on it. There's something called a stock filler. So you normally, what happens is you have some, you have your you have a Word document and you have a template, and what generally happens is we always use that template, and we update the document with some new data, and then we keep on working on that way. So what this does is you add a template, and it will generate the final document for you. This works for Word document, Microsoft Word document. So it will generate the actual document for you just based on your instructions, and just based on your instruction. I'll kind of document. I don't know where to. I'll show it later if I get time on that. Mr. Ram. And then there is something called AI podcast interviewer. You kind of have a blog post, you enter it, and it will interview. It will generate the interview topic, and it will actually interview with your with the voice style that you want them to do it, and you can answer those questions. So those are some of the simple things that I've made. So that's what I'm doing. Hopefully you all have added the intention that you're looking to work on. So it all started with this Dartmouth conference in 1956. If you see the names of the people who were in that conference, they were like Claude Shannon, John McCarthy, Nathaniel Rochester, and Marvin Minsky. And these people, they were all working on artificial intelligence. They did not call that artificial intelligence. They just created this conference where they wanted to have machine do things for them, and that's in this particular conference where they got together. There were around 10 to 12 other scientists who went about and tried to define the overall field of AI. And in that conference, different threads came out. Now, generally, whenever this kind of conferences happen, each of the person who attended conference, they had their own strong view on how the AI should look like. So although it was, I think, whatever the conference happened, what happened was each of them had their own opinion, and none of them agreed as to what AI would look like or how would they solve the problem of using machine to solve complex challenges with humans. So they all came back with their own philosophies, more stronger, that this is how they want to do it. And the thing is that each of those techniques that they were proposing have come out in a way that we can see today. So, for example, the machine learning algorithms that we have that came out of that conference. That the initial proposals were there. Then there was something called expert systems, and then now when the large language models work, the pure large language models cannot give you the output that you are getting it today. So in those scenarios, they use this behind the scenes. They use this expert system. So a lot of those things that they discussed, and then each of them went ahead and pursued their own line of research. And during those line of research, they came up with different models and techniques, and which are now being used in different forms in today's AI. So it's a interesting start it has. And the best part is they could not arrive at a definition of what artificial intelligence they mean. And until today, that definition is still vague. And the benefit that happened was that because it is still vague, there are multiple interpretations of what a general artificial intelligence is, and so on. So that's where it helped in the growth of the technology across different dimensions, rather than being narrowed to one particular aspect. So yeah, that's a little bit of history. Now why we are here today, right? So one of the key things that's happening is like the three major forces that is reshaping the businesses and the way we work as of now. One is the AI accessibility. Because all these tools are being accessible, it's like they are actually pretty costly tools, but they have been made accessible at a very low cost, at least for now. And that's why everybody has got this access to this same technology, which means everybody can leverage it to whatever the extent they want to go deeper and have more leverage within the business or in the personal life. On the flip side is the rise of AI Slop. That's the generic content that gets posted. There are a lot of YouTube videos that are just posted based on AI Slop. And what that does is it's very hard to stand out in the market. Like even when if you're a job seeker, you're sending out your resume, every resume is generated by AI. And then that becomes a problem. Similarly with your ads, if you're running marketing copy or you're writing blogs, the same problem does happen there. And the next one is about human connection. So as the technology goes on increasing, the AI is now getting what most happens. What's happening at the most fundamental level is like we crave for human connection. So we want to see the rough outlines of what's happening. We want to see how whether the people showing things are actually real or they are not real. Because we lose the trust of seeing those videos. We don't know whether those videos are generated by AI or they are actually authentic people who have done those kind of things. So that's why we the way we want to use AI or you want to use AI is by looking at places where you still want human connection. So talking to people still goes. It still helps you, go ahead in your life and business because the human connection matters. People want that connectivity. But then the grunt work that continuously happens in the background that you don't want to do it, like filling every cell in an Excel spreadsheet. Those are the things that you want the AI to do it. So because that is the automation part, that is low value thing. You don't want to do it. Like and the other example is calling your customer. Like you don't want AI to call your customer. Although I showed the appointment booking, but that's a different scenario. But you don't want AI to call your customer. If you have a customer problem, you want a person to listen to it and resolve it in a way that the other person feels heard and seen, kind of a thing. So that's a little bit on the three forces that is shaping the current business. So now this is a high level maturity model that I have created. It's a model from a business or from a personal standpoint as to where do you stand in terms of your usage of AI. So the first one is level 1 prompting, like you use AI like Google, that you want to find something, and just before, I think none of this is wrong. It's just a place where you think you are, but like some and there are scenarios where you want to use AI like Google. You are looking for a recipe. You want to use AI like a Google. You just say, okay, I want the recipe for this particular dish, please give me, and then it just spits out like step 1, step 2, step 3 what the content. That's one way you can do it, and that's a good way to get the value out of it. So the second is contextual prompting, where you provide a lot of context rich prompts which provides you reasonably good output. There could be some deviations, but it would give you a reasonably good output. This is mainly when you start systemizing your thinking you have intention with what you want to achieve. That's when this contextual prompting comes in. You have a very specific goal that this is what I'm looking to get, and then you provide all the data it needs to, then it provides a better result. And that's where in the start of the session I said, you have your intention or the goal that you want to achieve upfront in your mind. You put it in a notepad or wherever, so that you can then use that goal in the activity next. The third phase is where you start evaluation. How do you challenge and validating AI outputs? Now there are different ways to do it. We will talk about the thing. So today in this session we'll cover level 1 to level 3. How do we go to those 3 levels? Then there's level 4 and level 5. That is when is operationalization, like sharing with across your business, sharing whatever you have created, the agents for a whole business, for multiple people or multiple teams. And then the final level is where you start automating things, where it runs without any prompting and you don't have to look into it. Any questions or feedback that you're looking for at this point of time? Or so this activity we did initially. I don't know if everybody was there, but just if I'll give you like 30 seconds, if you want, just write what what is one thing you want to do for your business, and then we will go forward. So, just put a timer. Just give that additional time to write it, like what you want from this particular session today. Yeah, if you need, you can do it in the background as we do. Now, a few things we before we go deeper. First, AI is evolving fast, so obviously some things we cover today, it might not be relevant maybe 2 months down the line, or maybe 6 months down the line. Things are changing, but I'm trying to cover fundamentals. So when things change, you will be able to build on what you are doing. So that's one. The second is we are using Claude. Again, I don't have any financial or no affiliates for Claude. I am just using because at this point of time, Claude is really good in getting things done compared to other tools. I mean, and that's my personal opinion. If you find some other tool better than this, you can go ahead and use it. But what I found is that you can. It really helps as of now. And for this session, even if you're not on Claude, just try using Claude. And you don't need to sign up for the paid plan for this session, and you can go ahead and do that. So, and then last one, today I'm just covering level 1, 2, 3. Level 4 and level 5, there's a separate paid workshop where I go a little bit more deeper. The details I'll provide at the end as to what those are. So that's a bit of housekeeping on that front. Now, how does Claude work? Now, I'm using Claude, but a lot of the most of the large language models follow the same principles. So as I said, you can it's applicable to other models as well. It's just how the other models are trained differs, and that's why the outputs differ, but the concepts remain the same. So the first, this is the style of work that we have. What we do is we put a prompt in, and it will give me the results out. I copy it and paste it somewhere else, and then sometimes if I not happy with it, I iterate it. Do this for me. I don't want this. I don't want that. And this is the normal workflow that if I do every day. Like if I have to find something quick, I say I want to look up something. I will just put it in the chat, and that could be anything, any tool, and it will do it. Now, the problem with this is that this process is not repeatable. So if you ask same question, if you want to do a brainstorm or those kind of activities, which is a little bit more detailed, that's when this particular loop breaks down. So and because it can start doing, so Riley mentioned about hallucinating, so it will start doing hallucinating if the prompt window goes big, or when you do it the second time around, it will take out some other source data, and so on. And there's a reason for this. And there's a reason for this. The primary reason is when the models were developed, they were developed, the first version, the primary version when they started off was about using it as a translator. So I have something in French, translate it to English. That was the first use case when they started off, like without any AI. They just wanted to use as a simple translator. And when so for every word, it will translate to corresponding English words, so French to English, so French word to English word, and so on. Then they developed the capability of doing a prediction. So for example, I put a question, then I put a blob of text, and then it will be able to predict what are the key points from that particular blob of text. And the way it did was it used to manually go word by word to predict what we are trying to say, saying those kind of things. And then when the computers became faster and technology became faster, they could do this in a parallel way. So instead of doing word by word, it could do multiple things together, and that's where we got the large language models that we have, and they were trained extensively on the data that was existing on the internet. So, but because it is using that prediction model, that is where you see that hallucination comes in. Because what it does is it looks at your past data, or it looks at some of the data, and then it looks at the data in the internet, and then it will try to predict what the next answer it needs to give. And that's where the hallucination picture comes into the place. And when you use a long chat, there's a concept called context rot that happens. All the agents that is in the market, they forget what you said in the middle. They only remember what you said in the start, and they remember what you said in the center, but they forget in the middle what was said in the middle. And that's where sometimes you will feel you are just going in circles with AI. I went a little bit deep on that. Hopefully that made sense. So, I mean, these are all fundamental concepts. I just want everybody to be aligned on this. And then once you are aligned on this, then it's easier to get the other aspect. So there are 3 layers that LLM right now today works. One is the context, there's a center circle. This is the problem statement that you give, your personal details that you give, personal details in the sense how to solve that particular problem. So for example, if you're looking for a cake recipe, you would tell that, okay, this, I want I'm not an expert on cake, but like I want a strawberry cake, and I want it to be like if my daughter is there, she would say it should be rainbow colored, it should have a unicorn horn on that one, and so on and so forth. So that becomes your context. And then the second aspect is about memory, what it remembers between the chat. So this is something that you would have seen, that if you have multiple chats running, it is able to pick out, if you ask him, okay, what should I do next? A simple question, then it will, based on what your chat history is, it is able to pick out some things, saying, okay, based on your chat history, these are things that you can do next. And the last bit is the tool, that is you are able to do things. For example, you want to extract something from a different website, you can pull that out, you can search that website and get the data in, or you can do some kind of an action. So for example, this document filler, it could go and generate a document for me. So that's an action where it would go and create a Word document for me. Yeah. Now the challenge with the memory is that Claude or whatever the tool that is will decide what it wants to remember. So you don't decide that. So obviously, when Claude decides it, or any AI tool decides it, it doesn't. It will decide based on what it knows about you, and it kind of makes an assumption around it. Okay, this is what you want it to be remembered, but obviously, for example, what I want to have it remembered is completely different with what it is assuming. So that is where we need to control how and what it remembers, and we also need to tell what it needs to forget, so that it doesn't. So for example, if just for one off case scenario, I ask for a birthday cake recipe, I don't want it to remember that. Okay, the last time I selected a vanilla cake or a strawberry cake, I don't want it to remember that. It's okay if it forgets it, because next time around I might want a different cake. Yeah, so that's all on the memory and context. Any questions? Yeah, and just on the question of generative AI on the right market, I mean, if you look at Claude, you look at ChatGPT, and you look at I wouldn't say Gemini, but Claude and ChatGPT are almost. I mean, for the use cases, like most people are using it, they are enough. You don't need to really worry too much about what tool are you using. Even somebody mentioned Perplexity. I use Perplexity for researches. Like I want a quick answer to it. It gives me a lot of good answers. Like it will give me also the links to it. So I think Perplexity is, and they also tell it that they are more into replacing Google. So that's why they are more focused on giving you the right answers based on whatever the links that they are able to show. So that way Perplexity is good, and I do use Perplexity. If you, you look, I have Perplexity there. It's not that I don't use it, but it's about and about install LLM into your home computers. That can work. I know the other open source models like DeepSeek, the Moonshot, they are decent, and you can install it on your system, and you can use it. I think compared to commercial Claude, I think Claude they might not be as good as Claude. But as I said, if you're using for more general purpose things, I think the most models are at par. There might be small 5, 10, 15, not 10, like 5 to 10% variation between those models. So I mean, it's up to you. You can go ahead and use it. For open source models, I don't. I have not. I use DeepSeek, so that's the only one that I know about. I mean, I use Claude more. I think because it's more aligned. But yeah, you can use DeepSeek. And they are actually developing it very well, because a lot of developers are working on it. So there's a good chance, at some point of time, DeepSeek may get better than these models. So you can keep an eye on those models. Yeah. I mean, it's up to you. If it's an open source model, the thing is you can actually deploy it on your computer and it run, and that should resolve your trust issues. But if you are still very thinking, then if you're still worried about going data out, don't use it. Just use whatever the commercial models are. For me, it's not. I don't do any the mission critical or saving the country kind of things. So even if the data goes in, like I go send it to the data, my data goes to Claude, and they do research on it. My data goes to ChatGPT. I use ChatGPT as well, so it goes to ChatGPT. They do as well whatever the research they are. So there's no data privacy, but there is a way where we can limit the amount of data that can go to that. That is where we have thing called like Claude Code or the command line interfaces, where only the text goes in, but a lot of the data stays with your system. That is something I'll show you at the end of it. Yeah, DeepSeek. I at this point of time, I have not used it with business purposes, and I wouldn't use it. I would probably try to. See, there are two ways to use it. One is if you want to really use it, you can host it on your computer. The second is if you have a very good, if you have a good business running, you can actually host it on some of the cloud providers. And cloud providers, they make sure that all the data remains in that data center. Only the model is being used only for getting the responses, but it doesn't go out back to the cloud. So AWS or Microsoft Azure, those cloud providers, they do that security check for you. But at some point of time, some data will go anyway. So if you want security and high privacy, high trust, I prefer using commercial models because they have that built-in guardrails. Obviously the money part is the question. Thanks for that feedback. I've not used DeepSeek for a long time because when I started using it, it was almost like Claude, but now I don't know. I'll move ahead in the interest of time. Thanks for putting all those things in the chat. It makes the session interactive and helpful. So this is what we covered. Just one point that I think I missed is about what goes into the memory. So the business context goes into the memory. Your voice, how you are using the voice, what are the words that you want to use. Some, because I have certain favorite words that I use. It's and similarly everybody has got their own words. You have your own business terminologies that you want to use. So have that thing. We want that to be stored in the memory. Then there are rules, like what are the guardrails that you want to put in, and then there are certain examples. So examples are like previously, successful Facebook post that would have happened, that everybody liked it, a lot of people engaged with it. Those kind of things that goes into example. Yeah, and the tools. I only talked about websites, but you can have file uploads. You can have connecting to drives, connecting to Slack, connecting to different tools to get different integrations work for you. Now this works for both. Even ChatGPT has got connectors, Claude has connectors, Gemini has connectors. So most of the frontline models, they have these tools, because that these tools enhance what the models can do. One of the key things that you want to keep in mind is that these models, the data they are trained on is static. So they don't get new data. And the only way they can get new data is from these tools. And that's why they enable these tools. Yes, the levels are across both Claude Code and CoWork. So the whole point of having those Claude Code and Claude CoWork is to be able to use those levels for you. All right. We'll go down to the work part of it. Were you able to write something in the template that I sent in the email? So I've shared the link. Now the way you do it, right, is when you get this link, what you do is you go to this file and click on this, make a copy, and then you will get your own version. I mean, you cannot download this directly. So it's just because I don't want somebody going and updating the document. Then it updates for everyone. So that's why I put it read only. But to use it, what you do is you go to this file and then you do a make a copy. So then it will create a document in your own account. It will make a document in your own account. Are you all able to download it now? Or not download? Basically, are you able to make a copy of that particular document and you got the link? All good? So once you got a copy, what you can do is you can take like couple of minutes. I'll set a timer of 2 minutes, and you can update this document. Update like the part 1. What do you do? You can update this document like part 1. Your business. What do you do? Who do you serve? And what's the main problem? And similarly, your voice. So I'll get an example that I was actually working on. So what I did is I actually copy pasted, like this is the website. It's not my website and I have no relationship with them, but I just found them on Google, and that's why I just pulled them out. And then I could just write what do you do? I just copied the copy from the website straight in. And who do you serve? For that particular thing, sole trader, simple bookkeeping, sole trader and growing business ready to scale. And then what's the main problem you're trying to solve? These are the things that they are providing. And similarly, you can add your voice. I have added like warm professional. What's one word you should describe your writing that would make you cringe? That is generic. Do you use humor, and how do you address your audience, and so on. So you can add like part 1 and part 2. I'll just give you a couple of minutes. So just fill in the part 1 and part 2. And yeah, if you have already done part 1 and part 2, just move ahead with part 3. So yeah, if you have a sample email, just search in your inbox or places, and you can add what your language is, or you can pull it out from the website that you have. So if for this particular site, what I would do is I would just go team release. I think they have got this kind of a review, so you can just put in the reviews as well. You can put it in the third part. So I'll give you another 2 minutes to go through the next session, the part 3, part 4, and part 5 as well. Part 6 I've already added. You can add it here. Part 6 I've already added here, but you can add part 4 and part 3, 4, 5. And you can get these samples from your Facebook marketing or wherever or your website or your emails that you are sending people. So you kind of add 3, 4. What does your ideal worry about, right? So yeah, that is just making it up during the so yeah, that was a PDF. So you can use this document, Brian. You can do when you click on the document, just go to File and make a copy. And that will work on it. So you can add your writing samples. So how are we doing? Like, were you able to finish it? Like putting all those content in? If you're still not able to access, just make a copy. You should be able to get your own version in your Google account, and then you can add it. I shared this on the link on the chat, so you can take the thing and make a copy. You don't have to worry about that PDF that came from the Eventbrite. The Eventbrite PDF pointed to this particular document, so you're good even if you don't have that document. Thanks, Rick. So I'll go to the next step. Now there are 2 steps to this. So this is what we did. We go to the Claude AI and you start a new chat and basically dump it. So whatever you have filled it in, just dump it. But don't click on send. I'll tell you what the last thing that you need to add is this. You can just put with the questions as well, so that the AI knows what you're answering. Just copy paste everything. Files. Yeah. This is all something I made up. So there are two ways to do it. One is I just copy paste everything, but I think one of the thing that you can do is you can do this kind of a saying instructions, or I use this format. This is an XML format. So what we do is we put everything between. This is the start tag. So it will tell. I put in the thing chat. It will tell the Claude that this is where the instructions begin. Or you can put it like, you can even use the instruction. This is like the closing tag. So what it will tell is it will tell the Claude that whatever between these two tags is instructions. Now this is very technical, but the reason why I'm trying to do it is because I want my instructions and my goals to be different. So I can now add another symbol. You can create anything. You just put a angle brackets. Now my goal is to create a marketing copy. So did I add the, okay, I had created the writing, so writing sample. So I'll add this one as well. And I'll also added one more thing. I added so it's now going to this page. I added the client testimonial as well. So now by adding these kind of client this testimonial, what we are telling is giving the Claude the complete context that we are looking at. And now I said the goal is to create marketing copy, but what I will also do is, at this point I will also ask me clarifying questions before generating the copy. Now this is the important bit. Ask me clarifying questions before generating the copy. So what it will do is, it will go through whatever instructions that we have given, and it will go through the goal, and then it will find out the gaps between whatever you have provided and what the goal is. So it will now try to achieve the goal for you. Based on the context, it will find it, but then it will also search where are the gaps around it. So let's hit next. You guys can do it as I am doing it, so you can also see how things are going. See, because I asked that question, ask me clarifying questions. It asked me, what is this copy for? Is it for social media post, website homepage, email campaign, and so on? So now it is trying to find the gaps. It has identified certain gaps, and it is trying to get the answers from me. I say social media post. So, and again, see, it's saying from a marketing copy, we want a call to action. So this is what it's asking. What we want to do it, them to do it. So maybe I'll just build an awareness. And any specific, again, it asks another question, specific service you want to lead with. So I'll say maybe because, payroll and so forth. And then now it goes and works one more to nail. It is asking one more question. What's happening that makes payroll and super feel urgent or relatable? So you can say, like in Australia, we have right now it is end of financial. We just had an end of financial year, so we can add this one, end of financial year stress. And then now it goes and generates the data. So now it identified that you are a Melbourne business, and then it is trying to now. So that kind of generates a copy for you. I just want to know like how you are going with it. Like we can add another 2 minutes, and you can copy paste the data into your Claude version, and let me know what it comes up with. So as you're doing it, I think I'll answer just Brian's question. Interested in scraping. So Claude can do it. So I'll show you one of the things that I've done. There's a scheduled task that I've done, and I've said, okay, you go to Quora and get me all the questions that are being asked about a particular topic. So I think so it just goes and gets all this data. So something that you can build and it's running. It's running. I set it up and then I forgot about it. But it runs this every day. So this is one way of doing it. And see, it goes and updates a particular folder on my machine. That's I've given certain instructions around it, and it can do for Quora. Similarly, you can do for other sites. The only thing is you need to have access to that website. Like for example, Quora needs your login details. So you need to log in. You need to log in and give it to Quora. They don't give you an API. Or Reddit. Similarly for Reddit, I've done for Reddit, but the thing is, Reddit does not expose an API or a proper way of doing it. I did it using a workaround. It's a hacky way of doing it. It's not the right way to do it because they don't provide a clear way to. They don't provide access to that data. So, so there are different ways of doing it, and there are different tools to do it. I can ask Claude to write a tool for me, and it can do it for me. And that's what I did the hacky way I told. I got a tool to do it, and it did it. Having said that, some of the models that we have on Claude, they have set up guardrails saying that they will not do it, saying this is a hacky way, they won't do it. So that is another aspect that you want to think about it. In those scenarios, I might use open source models. DeepSeek, they might allow to do it. But Claude has got some very strong guardrails that they will, for example, if Reddit says that you cannot access my data without a subscription, Claude will not do it for you. There are ways to get around it, but yeah, that's something to. Coming back to the questions, how did we go? Did we find it useful, or any feedback, comments, or queries around this exercise of putting the data in this format? Yep, I'll come to that on efficiency on token billing. But just on this exercise, any other questions? Any feedback? How did you like about it? Yes, I use Claude CoWork for querying Quora. Quora. I don't want to. I don't want to derail the session. That's why I'll not go to it right now. We are just going like step by step. So I'll come to that. So that's what we did. Now if you look at it, I mean, you would have felt that this is a manual process. Why should I do this? And you did get the output. And the problem with this approach is that so tomorrow, if I want to create another marketing copy, I open the wrong screen. If I want to create another marketing copy, what I would do is I would go to new chat, take all these details, and then paste it. I have to paste it here, and then again I have to edit this and all those things. So that becomes a problem. Like if you have like 10 different things, how do you do it? You can't remember all of those things, or you are working on 10 different things. Like today is marketing copy, tomorrow is a blog post, third day is something else. You want to send an email to a client, or you want to send a presentation to the client. How do you handle all those different scenarios? So that's where this copy paste process breaks down. And remember, this process works. This process works when you want some quick answers or something you just had wanted to, which is of low value. You can use this particular process. But if you want to systemize it, is where we go to the next level. What we do is we go and create projects. So I got a few projects around here. But so what you will do is you will create a project for each particular task. Now to save on time, I will open this demo project. And so what I've done is whatever the instructions that we had, I would put it into this kind of there's a thing called set project instructions. So whatever the instruction tag and all I showed, you can just copy paste into this particular instruction, or you can tell what format it wants. What is it for? Is it for Facebook, or is it for your website homepage? And so on. And you can add the rules, and that would be saved as the instructions. And then again, there's a this is the memory that it has generated. Now this is where I told that we want to control the memory, that we don't want it to store remember unnecessary things. So that's where I can go and edit this memory. I said I can change this. Say for example, the key learning and principles. It says I had used a problem agitate solution copywriting framework. So and it has to use that particular framework and so on, and approach and pattern and all. So these are some of the things it has learned. Good part is you can go and edit this. So when you edit this, you control that particular memory, and that's where the memory piece comes into the picture. And this is where you systemize some of the things. Now, as I said, now I can easily tell it, because I've given all these instructions. Good question, Brian, on project instruction with source attachments. So project instructions, they have got a limited window, text size, so they cannot you cannot put everything inside. That's where the source attachment comes in. You can add sources which would be more broad to do it. And what you can do in the instructions, you can mention which source document to reference when. So that way, for a particular scenario, it will go and reference the specific document that you're looking for. So if you have like 5 documents, you can reference it, the document 1 for this purpose, document 2 for this purpose. That way you can have the minimal project instructions, and it can reference the correct source attachment whenever it wants. So if people are not aware of source attachment, it's like I think you can add this is what I think I added. You can add these kind of attachments. You can add images. So this is the audience that I added, 3Ds and plumbers, and similarly you can add images and so on. So this is, and you can do like this context, go on plus. Okay, I didn't understand what prioritization statement mean. So basically go from uploaded from a document and then you copy and attach it. So all those files get into the project thing, and then in the instruction you reference a particular file. So you can go and create. I already created this project. Any questions on any other questions? Yep, I'll go through the project. That's a better idea. So what I do is I go to this project folder on the Claude. Riley. I'm starting the demo. So you click on new project and give a name. So we will just say it is accounting, because that was clear. Again, what is the goal for this particular project that I'm doing? Again, it's a demo. I just mark it there. And then create media post. If you put social media post, it's generic. So it works. It is up to you. How do you want to manage it? Like if you want one particular thing, and if you want one particular thing, it can do that. Like you can just specify on Facebook, and for Google you use a different one because you want a different format and so on and so forth. But you can have a generic one as well. So create a project, what you're trying to achieve, and then create project. And then now you add the instructions here. So what I'll do is I'll copy the instructions from the chat. Because I already did all this work, just copy it and go to the project and add instructions. Please follow along as I'm doing it, so that when you are doing it, you will know where the chinks are or where things are breaking, and you can kind of work around it. Now, because this is social media instruction, I think I will do one more thing. I can add rules. Use client testimonials for client language. So that's fine. Then use marketing framework. It has problem . Okay. Yeah. So this is I've added the instructions, and then now if I want, I can go and add document. So you see this drive. So I have got my drive connected. This is the tool part of it. So I've got my drive connected. So I can kind of add whatever drive document that I have in my drive, or I can just upload a text content. So I can upload a text content. So what I'll do, I'll go here, copy everything, add text content. And then you add it in, add content, and now it got the context. So now the context is there. I can add images, and I can also add folders to reference. It can reference a particular folder, and then I manually approve, and then I can write field marketing copy for it. So now I'm just adding this question, this particular thing, and then now it will ask similar questions that we saw on the chat. It will ask me those similar questions. I mean that that's what I expect, but I think that should now see it goes and reads everything, and it will get the context. Does business look different than pro? I'm not on business plan. I'm on the pro, so it will be similar. I think the places where these models differ is based on the token usage and token generation and limits. Most of the features are almost the same. So, and then what angle should the post take on? So again, it asks the post. End of year tax time. The same similar questions it has asked, but the benefit of using this format of project is that you can now tomorrow or day after tomorrow you come back. You just have to add this chat, create a marketing copy for Facebook, create a marketing copy for Google or whatever. So and then it goes and generates for you. You are not doing that work. You've done the work one time, and if you have been following, you have generated it for yourself, and you can then reuse it every time in this. The only thing you have to do is you have to go into the project and then put in the chat, and now it has generated the copy for me. But does this land for you, or any thoughts? But I'll give you 2 minutes so that you can go and create. Should add 2 more minutes so that you can do it on your own, so that you can understand if you can do something, how that thing works and so on. But this is where you go to that having that systemization that I talked about, and giving the right context and continuously doing again and again. So now I have only added one client testimonial. If I have more client testimonials, I can just copy and paste more testimonials and go to demo, add text client testimonial. So I'm adding. I can add as many there's a limit to it, but I can add quite a few documents of these client testimonials, so that the language that it starts generating, right, it starts coming back here. See, now I think it has pulled in one of the things. This Rene is thorough in a communication, so it has already pulled out one of the client thing that I pulled it from the document. So this is what it does for you. You don't have to copy paste all those things like every time. You have everything set up one time, and then now I do it the second time around, it might pick up the second client testimonial and so on. So that's why, and you have given the format as well that you want to use PAS format. So it will talk about the problems, it will agitate and solution. You can, so it's now up to you. How do you want to, enhance this context as much as possible? And it will, it will also fine tune based on what your recommendation is and so on. So now, so for example, I'll give you one more thing now. Let me see. That's timer done. Yeah. So it says conversational voice. No, I'm Dashit and now. I will say this is too long for my customers. Can you shorten it? So now what I can do is I can also add. Wait, I'll just ask it to shorten it, and it you can specify the number of words and all, but I'll just say shorten it for now. And it comes up with a tighter version. Now it's more thing and everything. And you can use this now. Now, if you're happy with this, right? You just add this tighter version into memory for future. Tighter add this shorter version. Generated to memory for future. So now what it will do is it will go and add this to your memory. So that way you can specify what you want into memory. So now it has added it into the context. So if you go to the project demo, it has created a file called Claude, and then it has added this particular thing. So now it has got this reference as a template. So that's how, as you get better, as your process matures, like as you iterate towards a better thing, the Claude project also learns and puts into memory, then you control this memory. And that way you can reduce the hallucination. And I think one of the initial question was on hallucination, and this is how you reduce that hallucination. Any questions or any feeling, like if you have been doing this with me, any feedback? All right, so I think Brian had asked a question on picking models. I mean, to be honest, 5.6, 5.8, etc. Thanks, Bri, for that. Yeah, 5.6, 5.8, they are all like almost minimal differences. It's what I do is, like, if it is a low value task, I reduce. They do tell you this thing, like most efficient for everyday task, and so on, or Haiku, and then you can reduce the thinking as well. If you want a quick answer, you just go low. Reduce the model as well. You can use Sonnet, and Sonnet does pretty well most of the time. So if it's very complex, like what is the time when I want to use complex, right? It is mainly for like brainstorming certain, I have lot of text and I want to brainstorm, or I want to extract certain ideas out, or there are 4 or 5 different threads going on in my mind, and I want to organize it. I want the Claude to use the data from different say 10 PDFs. Right? I get the 10 PDFs, put it into it, and then I have my own thought process. This is what my intention is, and this is what I am thinking. In those kind of a scenario where it has to pass so many documents and so on, that's when you really want to go at high or extra kind of thing. But otherwise, like I think Sonnet 5 works well. I think for most of the scenarios that I have been using, and yeah, it gives output. All right, I think we covered good ground there. Yeah, that's. So if you have covered all of that, right, you would have built a voice captured in your template, and now you could use that particular project for as many times you want with all the context saved, and you can improve that particular thing out as many times as you want. That's one part of it. Now, I'll capture the level 4 and level 5 part, which is yes, somebody was asking. Riley, I think one of the things that about coding I use extensively, and I'm a software engineer, so I know the bits of how to do the coding part. But I think if somebody is new to having no coding experience, I would suggest to use it first to learn some of the basic and essentials, and then getting it to write the code for you. Because at some point of time, even with good models, they go and break down at certain point, and when it breaks down, the thing is, it will go and build this beautiful palace for you, and in that beautiful palace, the toilet stopped working. Just imagine the toilet stopped working, and now you have to go and fix that. And because of the hallucination and all those things, it would have connected that the toilet pipe to somewhere else, to the water, drinking water or something, and you can't figure that out. And then you are really stuck, because you have built a palace, you don't have any idea of how to build it, but Claude went and or whatever the tool you use went and did it for you, and and then when it breaks down, the whole palace, you can't use the palace because that particular thing doesn't work for you. Yeah, I mean, you can use another AI tool. The problem with using another AI tool is that other AI tool does not have all the context that you gave Claude the first time around. So it doesn't know what to look for, or it will burn up a lot of tokens just to figure out what all things are there and so on. So I'll give you an example. Like one of the principal engineers in the place where I work, they did this. They did full AI based coding. Like I also do it. And when they did it, within coding, what we do is we write tests so that we know that whatever we are building works. The thing is, and the AI generated a lot of tests, and I had looked at that code and it looked good and everything. But then when we gave it to customers, we found an issue and that issue we tried it why it was not caught in the test that we wrote, and we found that the Claude agent, like we are using Claude, I think Claude agent had wrote test that would always pass. It will not break that scenario. So the problem is it generates a lot of code and it generates a lot of artifacts, and it's like very hard for a human to actually understand each and every line it has written. No, it was not the problem. We used there's a thing called OpenSpec, which first generates the specifications and then it generated the code. So the prompt was not an issue. It first went and generated a specification. We reviewed the specification. Everything was there. And then the second step was based on the specification. It is using it. So that's another thing. And I'll tell you another way. So another scenario where I had a problem. I need to fix an issue. And I told it to fix the issue, and it gave me an output. So I'll give this example first. Like it gave me an output, and the output was correct. Whatever it gave me, that was the right approach to it. But because I have that background of coding, I knew from a long-term perspective, maybe a year down the line, that approach will not work. So then I pushed back, saying, I don't want this approach. I want this particular approach. And then when I told the approach, it went and updated based on the second approach. But the reason I could do that is because I had that experience of, I know what would happen in like 1 year down the line and so on. That's why I could guide it in that particular scenario. Yeah, I mean, how could you prevent this problem from happening in this future? So these kind of problems, I think one of the ways is you use smaller, whenever it updates, you let it update for small pieces of work. You need to kind of break the work down to smaller chunks, because smaller chunk you can understand, to review it, you can read it, and you will be able to read it and you can understand it. It is when it runs in that automated fashion, when it generates large pieces, that's when it causes the problem. Okay, AI, I will ask one. Is it possible that AI? The question. Is it possible that AI generated will stop work if you don't run them for a long time? It's not that it will stop working if you don't run them for a long time. It is just that there might be bugs in that that you will not be it will not be apparent when you run it for the first time. So after many iterations, you might find that bug. That's the problem that we are trying to solve. And non-coders creating, I mean, there are people who have used it. So I know a person who built a app for social tennis. He did not have any coding background, but his brother had a coding background. So what his brother did was, his brother set up all the instructions, everything in place for him, and now this guy is building everything by himself. He is using Claude, and he's just smashing it out. He's just creating features and everything by himself. So yeah, if you get some kind of mentorship, it would be good. But having said that, I know people go and create a lot of applications. You can do it. Nothing stopping you. I'm just saying that there are pitfalls to it. If you are able to overcome the pitfall, say the Claude code becomes, what are the models, they become more powerful, then maybe you can overcome those pitfalls at a later stage. But I'm just talking about having. We need to have that thing in mind that there are chances that it can break down at a certain point of time. So we need to be cautious around it. But yeah, you can go and build a website. Nobody is stopping you from. If you are not a coder, Claude can write code for you. Nobody is stopping you from that. I won't comment on how people who have no experience in code, they are doing it. As I said, there are the first version to make is the easiest one. It gets done like very quickly. When it comes to maintenance, when it comes to bug fixes, that is when those challenges that I'm talking about creep in. And if you are resourceful, maybe you can work around it. Like, there are people who are highly intelligent, and they get how this coding works and all, and they can smash it out. There is no issue around it. And when a issue comes in, they are able to figure it out. They will ask questions. You can ask questions to Claude, and it will try to answer it, and you might get it, and it will fix it also for quite a few scenarios. So but I'm just saying that there are pitfalls to it when sometimes it breaks completely, and that's when you need to be aware of it. Right. So I'll just cover the last bit. Before going, I'll just share my screen quickly. So somebody asked, I don't remember who, or somebody asked about scraping. So this is, one of the workflow of how you do a scraping. You have you add an input industry. You tell which websites it needs to scrape, like Google Trends or thing, and what from Reddit. How do we scrape? What are the subreddits and all? And it will go and scrape Reddit, and then it will merge this and generate a report for you. So that's one way of doing it. I can show you. See, this is my Reddit thing that it is scraping. It's all, I don't know whether it's working. Yeah. So yes, it says 92 posts fetched and 12 after keyword filter. So this is like running every day. So you can create and see this is the pain points. So this is what I did with the Claude code thing, but this is my Claude code that's there, and yeah, it generates these kind of. This is all coming from Reddit. It has scraped Reddit. It has identified from where it is scraped, got the link, what are the people telling about, and what is the pain point, and so on and so forth. So those are things that you can do with Reddit. I think I'll quickly talk about one thing that I want to cover. So basically for level 4 and level 5, so just to recap, level 1, level 2, level 3 is this is the one. This is the maturity model. Yeah, this is the one. So level 1 is prompting, level 2 is contextual prompting, level 3 is evaluation. These are the 3 things that we did today. The next step is how do you create shared standards across your business, and then after that it is about creating the business system automation, and that is what the coding questions were around it. So if you triangle doesn't can you help put this like that? Business automation. So for any business automation that you will need to do is you need to first provide the main problem with business automation is like you will not have a business context around it. Yeah, there's no business context around it, so that is one of the big challenges. And the second challenge that you will have is around no systematic approach. And then the last issue for having a complete automation system is building the automation system, which was there were a lot of questions around how do I build it even without coding language. I mean, you can do that, and that's the biggest how to build So the way you get around this having no business context is about using the Claude code that we saw. The projects, and then there's one more level to it where we provide deep business context that is automatically enriched. So you want, say you have a sales conversation that happens and you want that sales conversation to go into the business context, right? That is where you want to get to. Similarly, systematic approach, you want your team, like you're not one person, right? You might have a team of 5 people or maybe 20 people running. They all need to have the same approach. Otherwise what happens is everybody creates their own agent in their own browser, and then they all work by themselves, but they are not generating coherent, they are not having the same context that everybody is having. So that's where you need to get this systematic approach, where you have created this big document, this project with all the context that you have, but you want your team to have it. And now Claude has got a subscription model where you want to have business and you share it with different teams, but that becomes very expensive. You don't want to use Claude's way of doing things. So that's why you need to develop your own system on how to develop this particular thing. And the last bit is around how to build automation systems. So I think somebody mentioned that there are a lot of online things that people are doing, like they can build automation system. Some are building apps, but a lot of them are building, using make.com or n8n and all those kind of things. But the problem with those tools is you have to pay for those n8n. You have to pay for the Claude subscription, whatever that Claude comes in, or whatever the tools that you use. You have to maintain that infrastructure, and anytime, and all of them are like, it's a no-code tool that they're using. So they're all mapped to different things. So anytime any change happens, you have to go manually review everything and see whether that works or not. So learning to build the right automation system becomes very useful for it, saying that you need to know what to build and how to build it the right way, because today you make it using n8n or those kind of things. What in future n8n or make.com, they will increase their prices and your cost will balloon. Similarly, and they are pretty expensive. They charge on number of times you invoke an automation. So for every automation you have to pay, and you also have to pay separate for the AI model cost that you are using it. So, and what that also causes a problem is that some of these tools, they use AI extensively, which is where hallucination comes in. You want to have a system where it uses AI only for the scenario which needs AI. Everything else, it can be done through code. So it can be automated scripts that can do it for you. And the places where you need AI, that is the piece where you will use AI. So what that will do is it will reduce your token usage count because you are using automation system. And the advantage of automation scripts is they are deterministic system. If it runs one time, it will run 100 times the same way if it is written properly. And you're using AI only for the generation task, like fill in the document, take the value from this particular document, put it into the next document. So that is something AI will do it nicely because it knows how to do it. To write an automation for that, it is harder. or suppose you want to generate certain text or generate copy, that is where AI can do it better. But sourcing the data from different systems, like you want to sources from your website, the testimonials, or you want to pull data from your Reddit, what are the pain points people are talking about. Those things, if you ask AI to do it, it will cost you a lot more money compared to if you have some automation thing that runs all the time. So those are some of the things that you would want to think about when you want to build the automation systems, and that is why what I said is like the level 4 and level 5 is where it's more deep dive into, and I will also get into the Claude code part in that level 4 and level 5. And so just from a next step perspective is you can do whatever you can, like you can go and search on YouTube and everything, and get up and running. You can follow this, or you want to. I have another approach where I have a deep dive session where I'll be covering this particular thing that I covered, like how do you build a business brain with a business folder in your computer so that the data does not go to the cloud. All your data remains within your computer, and then how do you put it into different workflows and make it repeatable. It's a 3-hour session. It will be like today. You will have to do the work. I'll provide the guidance as to how to do it and so on, and that requires a paid Claude plan, because some of the features like Claude Code and other things, you would need a plan to get it running. You don't need the expensive one. You can do a thing. I mean, a normal plan as well. And again, there's no booking page or anything like that. If you are interested, let me know on the chat, or I'll be sending an email and just send a reply saying I'm in, and I will I'll send you the details of it, and you can have more questions as well. And as I said, there's only 10 seats because that will be more personal. And there will be very less people on that, so that I can give more guidance. I can work with you. I can do a screen share, and you can do a screen share, and you can show me what you're working on, and so on. So that's all there, and I will provide support. Whenever you have any queries, you can call me or anything like that. So that's on the level 4 and level 5. Just to summarize what we have covered the AI history of what all we from Dartmouth, how it originated, the 3 forces that we have: the AI accessibility, everybody is accessible with AI, the AI Slop, and the human connection. Then the maturity model, level 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. 1, 2, 3 we covered. 4 and 5 is what I talked about the paid session. And then we went through the activity like defining our intention, the 3 levels, context, memory, tools, and how do you build a writing assistant. That we worked together on that. So I have not covered the Claude code, but I covered it through the projects as well. So that's any questions, or this is a feedback form. Highly appreciate if you can scan and fill it in. And any other questions on the chat? No, put on the chat now. No, the automation, most of the time you don't need a different hardware or software, and it can run on the same time, but there are certain specifics, and I mean, depends on some of the deeper use cases. Like if you want to have a big algorithm to run, then obviously you need a bigger system. Token efficiency, as I said, when you systemize your operations in a way, you need to figure out what are the things AI good at, and what are the things AI not good at. Like getting data from Reddit AI is not good at it. So you write a script which will get data from Reddit. What AI is good at is summarizing that document. So if you use getting the data from Reddit and summarizing for AI, you will burn up a lot of tokens. So instead, what you would do is you would automate the getting the data from Reddit and only use the data from the Reddit for generation for a thing. That way, you save on token and get better token efficiency. The other aspect is when you create projects, the one I showed, that optimizes the token efficiency, because the Claude will because you're reusing the same project, it is not going to search through all your chat history to find out what the information is. It is only going to search through your project context that you have given, and it also has got a memory within it stored, so that it will just reference that memory and use less token to get the result for you. So that's how you bring in token efficiency. Yeah, so Riley, right now I'm running this session like once a month. So we'll have it around in August, mid-August. So that would be nice. So I'll send out emails around it. So if you want to invite any other. Yeah. Thanks. Yeah, Appify. Yeah, I don't like other tools. I mean, you can use it. So if you are very deep, have a very good technical knowledge, then it's better off not to use tools, because those tools will charge you certain money, and then you are dependent on them to work, and they can increase their prices any point of time, and you are at their mercy. I think the best way, it's good if you want to do like a MVP. Say you want to just build something up and show it to people and get some feedback. It's good to use Appify or any other tool that's out there. But then if you want to if you already have a business which is long running and you want to ensure the cost of the technology don't go high, then it's better to invest within your company and build something that is more reliant on yourself. Yeah, that's all. So really appreciate if you can fill the feedback form, and obviously if you want to go for the level 4 and level 5, just hit me up with an email. I will send you the details and so on. So I think that I'm running that one in 2 weeks time. So 1st of August is what I'm planning to run. So if you are interested, hit me up and I'll set that up for you. And feedback form as well. Any can I get some takeaways? What you just one sentence takeaway from each one of you who are on the call, so that I knew what worked at a high level. That would be great. If you can just provide one takeaway or one thing that you're going to try today or after the call. Any volunteers? Any takeaways? All right. Thanks, Rao, for that. Thanks, Rod. Thanks, Prey. Thanks, Wali. All right. Thanks, Brian. Yeah, I think I'll add more examples of my workflow. How I use Claude. I mean, to give a very short thing. So I talked about Claude Code. So this is my business thing, and I have everything under. This is how I work basically. So all my business is in this folders. So you have this bad ideas, which is like my my things that I like to work on. some simple ideas that I have. Not simple ideas, something innovative thing that I'm thinking about. This is the knowledge that I have given, and you can see all this. Lot of the knowledge I have created for Claude, and what my model is, and these are the skills that I've created. See, content ideas which will generate blogs, ideas based on my profile. Then it's sync memory. So what it does is Claude. So I was talking more on Claude, but I use Gemini. I use this is agencies for ChatGPT. So all of this is located in my file system here. So if you go to the Claude MD, it has like all that information, the directory map of this particular folder. Yeah, so this is level 5. So all this folder is there, and so I don't reuse anything. So I mean I don't have to tell anything new to Claude. A lot of the details are here. Now the other day I was trying to create a task, and then it went and created a Trello board so that it connects to Trello. So I told about tools, and the tools it connected to all tools and do it. So, and then there are like I'll show you some of the diagram that I make. Marketing. Yeah. So we can't see here, but in marketing. See, these are the slides as well. I got it created through Claude. It's where is the slide? Really was. See, you see the diagram that I showed you. This diagram is again this is a skill that I developed with myself, and yeah, I mean this is what I'm showing, like how I'm using it for my business right now. Then there are other agents that I showed, but these slides, this diagram is created by Claude. I just tell it at high level that this is how it should look like, and this whole thing it generates. This is the manual AI workflow. There's memory continuity and so on. So a lot of this diagramming it generates. That's right, Brian. So I mean these are the things that I actually cover in my workshop. So input and output, it consumes tokens. So what I do is, if you look at it, is I have Claude MD here as well. There's a Claude MD here. Every folder will have, most of the folders will have a Claude MD. See? This is Claude MD. So when I work, so this is where I use Claude Code. So I go to that particular folder and then work it. So it will not use the entire thing. It will only use very specific things that I want to work on. So if I'm working on marketing, I'll be going here. There will be a Claude. There's a Claude MD here. So it will have the detail. If I want to write code, this is what I was saying, that we have this open spec setup that generates an idea into a structured proposal and everything. So it's pretty structured way, and it is yeah, and then it will generate code for me in whatever way I want to. And then this is the research. This is all the Quora that I talked about. They get generated. So now it's getting generated. Next, so if I see, I can show you one quick thing. In terms of, I start Claude here and then tell. So because I started here, so this is in research. Now I just tell it, okay, based on all the posts, create a PDF report which has been, I don't know, PDF report which has pain points and opportunities, challenges, in one. Okay. So when I do this, it is only going to go into this particular folder. Under the research, it will go through all the folders, all the files, but it is not going to look at other parts of the folder. And that way I can, have my tokens limited. It will not go everywhere else. So yeah, this is there are a lot of this is very deep. There are a lot of things that I've implemented, and that helps me work with. It helps me work a lot of different ways. So that's that's something you can do. And so this the other thing is this Gemini and all. So if I want to use Gemini, I will tell, okay, go and refer Claude thing. And then I have got this. Showed you the sync thing. Sync will memory. Sync memory will sync all the Claude, Gemini, and open ChatGPT agents. So they will all get my business thing. And this is archive. I want to archive things. So that I can delete it. And then I can create Canva images as well. So I can create slides using Canva. There are certain challenges around it. So I have a Substack newsletter where I talk about what I did with Canva. So that's a different thing. And then how do I, share it? Like what are the other things, and also like generating a PDF, generating a docx, and so on. So this is a template form filler. This is what I showed you. I can, I don't know whether I can show that, but delete it. So I just give a template. This is a particular template, and it will generate me all these documents for me. Because this is for auditing purposes, they have to follow certain templates. So we will give this template, and it will give you very high level detail to it, and it is able to generate that new document for me. So I can generate it for 10 people if I want to, based on, say, this was for example, I've done a fire drill in my company. And 10 people participated, but I want to create 10 documents for 10 different people. Then I will just use the template and say, these many people participated, this is the date, this is the end date, generate 10 documents for me, and it will generate 10 documents. So so that is how it works. And meanwhile, this guy is working in the background. See, it analyzed 74 posts, and then it generated the report, and then I stored it here. So as I talked, I could create the whole thing for me. And now what I can do is I can just feed it back. I can create a feedback loop. I will feed it back to my knowledge, saying, okay, use this as a knowledge to then generate posts for me for the future work. So that way it just keeps on building on top of it. And all of this remains in my system. And I have a backup where it goes to the cloud, and nobody else sees. That's a private one. And it stays there. So I don't lose the information. So if tomorrow my computer crashes, I will have all that memory stored in the cloud, and I just pull that in, and I'm back up running, like as if I've never lost all those data. So yeah, so that's a bit of how I work with systems. Yeah, and that was the level 5 I talked about. All right, I think we are at time. Thanks all for joining. Hope it helped. I got some good feedback. Thank you for that. Yeah. Thanks. Thanks, yeah, for Riley, for you. Yeah, it helped because I had that background. It was easy for me to scale quickly. But I mean, others can do it as well. It's just how once you know how to structure it, then it's very easy. Because after that, once you have the 4 core foundation, then the Claude does it for you, or any other tool does it for you, one after the other. You don't have to invest a lot of time. There's the initial setup and foundation takes a little bit time, but once that is done, then it's just self-repeating. Thanks all for joining. I'm closing the session. Bye.